In terms of distance on the Jaxxon podcast Discord, they watched Rampage's video with you and Eric Nixick, and Rampage talking about getting close to his fighters, never backing down. Zellhuber seems to have the reach, seems to have the legs, seems to have the distance, but maybe didn't utilize it to his advantage with a guy who is a little bit older that you would think he would have been able to keep it more controlled. Was that like a mistake on his part, or was Michael Johnson just that much better?
I think Michael Johnson was just too fast for him, and something he didn't expect. Yes, he should have used his jab a lot more. He should have used his hands in general more. He should have feinted more because he's dangerous from a further distance. And Michael Johnson's going to have to believe in those feints because he can strike him from that far away. But Michael Johnson was closing the distance so well and so fast that he just took the reach completely out of the advantage, Because if you're the shorter guy, get your head off the tracks, which is outside their shoulders, close the distance really hard, and he was doing it very well by jabbing the body. If you watch, his foot's always on the outside. He's always circling right away from Zellhuber's power, and then he's going to the body and he's feinting, and he closes distance so well with it. So yeah, just a completely drop of the ball from Zellhuber. He looked 2 speeds slower than Michael Johnson.
What do you think the advantage of all these fighters kind of really having that open stance, real more square than usual? Is that just because they're predominantly heavy on striking?
Well, open stance is when you're in opposite stance of each other. You guys, the front foot are going to touch. That's an open stance. Square stance is more like a guy that's going to do a lot of kickboxing that likes to throw kicks. Because if you're super diagonal, that's more of a boxing stance. You're really relying on your jab and a different kind of defense, but then you're more open for leg kicks. Right, so it's just I think it's more of a traditional style of fighting MMA now for using all your weapons. But this whole main card was open stance, which I prefer open stance. I think the openings are there a lot greater. Do you like fighting a southpaw or like fighting opposite stance, or fighting the same stance?
I've always hated fighting southpaw.
Really?
I've beaten southpaws, and I think I've lost to a few, but I've won more, but I've always hated fighting southpaw. It's just a harder training camp, and it's just, for me, it's just I feel like it's weird. I just don't like it. I just don't like it.
I feel like a lot of fighters feel that way, and that's when I first decided to start going southpaw because of that reason.